Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the making of the ancient mystical forest. The colors that I'm using is a burnt umber, and it's a paint from a local brand called Dala, and my ratio for the mix is 40 grams of paint, 80 grams of pouring medium, and I added 20 grams of water. I'm also using a metallic blue mixed in the same ratio as the burnt umber, and it is also a local brand Dala paint. The next color that I will be using in this painting is also a Dala paint. It is cerulean blue. I had mixed up a full cup and filled up my squeeze bottle, and I'm going to be using the little bit that's left at the bottom of this cup. The important thing is that all my colors are mixed to the same consistency. I will also be adding a light gold. This is a Daler Rowney paint, but also mixed to the same consistency. And finally, I will also be adding a titanium white. So my canvas is a fairly large canvas. It's a artist box canvas, 18 by 24 inches or 46 by 61 centimeters. My swiping tools are tools that I constantly use in swipes. It's book cover plastic that has been cut to size, and I usually use them again and again and again. They cut to different sizes depending on the type of swipe that I'm doing, and I store it away when it's not in use. So this is my base coat. I will be spreading the base coat with a silicone spatula. But before I spread the base coat, I wanted to show you that I've already painted all the sides, and I've used the paint straight out of the tube and a flat paintbrush, because when you're swiping for a tree swipe, the color flows over only two sides of the canvas, and the other two sides remains unaffected by the swipe. So it's important to paint the four sides of your canvas before you start your swipe. So I'm laying down the base color now, and I'm spreading it evenly across the canvas. And while I'm spreading it across the canvas, I'm also almost painting it using the spatula and covering my sides once again. So I've put you on a fast forward or speeded up the video a bit, because I'm sure you don't want to watch me spread paint. So we just get past this section. Putting the canvas in full view now. I do apologize that it was off your camera view for the last few moments. So I'm using a butane torch to torch the surface of the base color. There's quite a few air bubbles, and it's important to get those air bubbles popped. But the heat from the torch also smooths your paint, and it's always nice to start with a nice smooth surface. I'm going to start with a metallic blue, and we're just adding some color right on top of that base coat. Straight line is fine, or at least I try to get a straight line. On top of that color, I'm going to be adding some of that cerulean blue from Dala that was left in the cup. This is just the excess of the cerulean blue after I had filled my my squeeze bottle. This is what was left, and it's amazing what blues, what you get, the effects that you get from blues when you use it on top of the burnt umber. So I'm adding the gold at this moment, the light gold from De La Rowney, and lastly the titanium white. When you swipe your paints off your canvas, there's quite a little bit of excess that you're pulling off the surface of your canvas. So it's important to have the correct preparation in place, and I've just put down a few sheets of paper napkin, and so that when I swipe, I'm able to clean off my plastic. So you swipe and you're pulling off some paint, and then you would wipe it clean on that paper napkin. And then when you swipe next, you're actually swiping with a clean sheet of plastic. So swiping, wiping, and then swiping again. And that's the sequence that I will be following for the next few moments. So for this part, I'm going to put on some music, and you will enjoy the music with me. So at this point, I'm completed my swipe and I'm torching again. The action of the plastic on the paint has brought up quite a number of air bubbles once again, and so it's important to use your torch once again over your painting to smooth your surface. So I'm spreading the paint. I love just to give just an um, uneven edges. It's a favorite of mine. So at this point, I'm actually loving what I'm seeing, and I'm contemplating whether I need to do the tree swipe or not. But the video is all about the tree swipe, so that's what I'm going to do. And so to swipe a tree, you need some flexible instruments. And what works really well for me is laminated sheets of paper that I've cut to size, and I've rounded the edges. And also when you're swiping with these sheets of laminated paper, pardon me, when you're swiping with the laminated paper sheets, it's important to first swipe and wipe it clean, swipe again and wipe it clean. So there's hardly any pressure as I'm pulling that paper through the paint. And you'll notice I start at the base of the painting every time. So I'm pulling from the bottom and moving to the top, and as I get to the top, I extend it so that it creates branches of my tree. And you can do as many branches as you want. You can swipe however low or high you want it. Just have fun at this point. And as you swipe, you create sub branches and some twigs, and give your painting and your tree enough body that that it stands out, and that you're pulling that base color over and above your top layers. So if you have a dark base color, you would have lighter shades or complementary shades in your swipe. If you're starting with a light base coat, you would then have darker shades to complement your light base color. So I'm just continuing the swipe, and I'm going to leave you once again to enjoy the process with me and also be entertained with some music. So enjoy until I speak to you in a few moments. So I've decided to create some depth in this painting, and instead of just doing one center tree that sort of defines this painting, I've decided to add a little, a few more trees almost in the background of the big one, and that immediately gives some depth to the painting. So they're all mystical trees that makes up the mystical forest. I take you in for a closer look. One last torch to smooth everything over. And thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate your viewership. Until I see you on the next one, take care, stay well, and bye for now.